Can you all hear me now? Okay. I may, there may have been one issue. Um, but anyways, we're going to keep it going. It may have been something on my end. So, so anyways, I do think it was something on my end, and my mic may have been muted. Um, my cordless, my wireless mic may have been muted. Um, and I immediately thought there was something going wrong. So I just grabbed this one. So, je répète, bonsoir et bonsoir. Comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis Laranadu. Bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Welcome to my channel. This is Sunsets and Spirits. I am excited to be here this evening. So yes, welcome everybody. Marie, Lydiane, Violet, Nicole, Chevy Rocks, Timia Speaks. Who else do we have here? Nicole, Brandon, Petter, Jules, Sego, Grandmother, B. Josie, Gregory, and everybody, Impressive Magic, Snapple Apple, everybody, D-Flow, the list goes on and on and on and on. So welcome everybody. Please make sure you do give this video a thumbs up, leave a sweet comment below, hit your notification or postification button, and please share the video, please. So everybody, do you know what season it is? Do you really know what season it is? Before we get into this airish season, we are going to just remind everybody about the May Community Service. I've communicated well. I think yesterday live should have definitely attested to the level of ashe that is provided when it comes to these products. And the reason why I do them annually and sometimes biannually and sometimes longer than that. And again, for me, depending on your response, sort of tells me whether it's something that you want on the regular or something that you just don't mind having every now and again. And as I mentioned, things have been sort of slow, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. But I just want to be clear. There is, so like some people have already asked, they're like, well, Queen, is it possible that I can get a bottle or whatever else, because I'm going to make a very particular amount. I'm already purchasing the number of bottles and those things, and if there's extra, I will let y'all know there's extra, and those extras can be purchased, and once those are gone, those are gone. So just be very aware of that. For you that may or may not know, this is the May Community Service. This is our Banishing and Blessing Community Service. Please make sure that you do go watch yesterday's video. And there were some things that I also wanted to bring up that I don't think that I did bring up. But in this particular May Community Service, you will be blessed with 2 exclusive products that we do not sell. And I don't know that I will again, and we'll see what happens. But there are one, L'eau bénite, which is your holy water. This will replace anything that you may have like Florida water, because it is specific to hoodoo, the spirits of hoodoo, and exactly purifying, immediately elevating a space. spiritually, physically, romantically, etc., so forth and so on, financially. So it clears the space. And then remember, we have to then bless the roads that we have cleared. And for that, you have our La Pluie de Mai, pardon. And this is your May Rain perfume. And I can't wait to show you all how to do a couple of different workings with both of these. For example, like a banishing jar. Again, understanding that banishing is not necessarily um is not cursing per se, because just to banish someone is to remove them aggressively with passion, with force. This is not the same as someone to suffer. So it's a different situation altogether. Um, so I'm excited to show you all about like a banishing jar, how to make that work. Also, one of the things that I was meant to talk about, like I think I've mentioned it, about like 7-day candles, burning them consecutively for 7 days as a quick removal compared to a lamp. So that would be a banishing, but it's the removal with force and aggression and purpose and conviction. So there's that. I also want to say, tonight we do have our next part of our bundle. And tonight we're going to be doing our candle and fire magic, which I'm super excited about. And also to being able to sort of connect the lamps that we did to the fireworking. And Mary Neal, you're not tardy for the party. We just beginning, okay? Um, and so there's that. So I'm excited about tonight's class. I do want to remind everybody that we do have the Conjure South Hoodoo Institute enrollment begins next month, so just like 2 or 3 weeks away. It'll be enrollment will open up as soon as we complete the boot camp. If you enjoy that lamp class, the Institute is going to blow you away. The Institute will blow you away. I mean, the first 3 months, people have honestly said with the Institute, they could leave away with just doing the first 3 months of the Institute and be perfectly fine, because you learn how to work without doing no work, because it's about the customs versus traditions versus working. So it's all of those things. Boot camp and tarot, fuego, fire, 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 fire. And speaking of that, I want to say first, I want to bring this up before I go into the readings. I want to say thank you so very much for y'all's patience and understanding surrounding your tarot de la livre, your books, and those things. I thought I've been communicating very clearly about the delay with some of these things. As I mentioned, the paperback books. So understand, we don't print them here. We have a manufacturing company that prints them. The manufacturing company had an issue with the paperback books. They were oversaturated and bleeding through. Y'all did not want me to send you books with pictures that look like they've been through a baptism and a hurricane all at the same time. And one thing, so that's one part. And I would just be very transparent here. I did not, so when they were supposed to be delivered, I did not eat, literally the day they were supposed to be delivered, is when they contacted me and told me, and well, in fact, they did not contact me. I discovered a message saying that there was an issue. And through then, it took about 20 days almost just to get them to communicate with me about what's the issue, the problem. Is it fixed? Is this going to happen again? In like those kind of things. And so a lot of it was right now, because I know some people's patience have worn thin, and I understand. But there's no but. In addition to that, I could not communicate anything that I wasn't aware of. And then once I became aware of it, I jumped on it quickly, and really started getting things moving. So that's that whole deal. But some of you, was like, where are my things working? And now you're receiving your product. So I just want to say thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. If you're still waiting on anything, I was just speaking to my assistant earlier. I want to send you guys an email, just those that we know that are waiting, so we can communicate sort of where things are with your things. And I want to just make this part very clear as well. I've been in business a very long time. I'm never going to get over on my clients. I value my clients, but also, why out of my entire career, and we'll just want to say decade online, a little bit over a decade online, that I want to do you bad. I want to do you wrong. I'm trying to get over on you. What made your dollar any different than somebody else's? It doesn't. So when things aren't coming about, like your shipments and those kind of things, and you're not hearing out any kind of communication, there's probably a disconnect somewhere. If you are able to connect to us at customer service at conjuresouth.com, we are going to respond, and we are going to get on top of the things that you have questions about. But never think that we do not appreciate or we are not grateful for your support and willingness to invest in your own spiritual um, value, worth, and deservingness. So trust and believe me, that will never be the case. So if there is ever a delay in any shape, way, form, or fashion, there has to be something wrong. May that be um, a wrong number on a zip code or an address, and it was sent back. That has happened, and I actually had some that have done that before. There are some things that do sometimes get lost altogether, especially when it comes to put like custom products and things sometimes. So I just want to make that clear. But always remember, if you're not seeing your things, and I'm communicating, I'm like, your things should be in the mail now. We've shipped everything off, and it's a week or two later, and you still haven't gotten it. Then definitely reach out. But just understand that we are absolutely going to rectify the problem if there is a problem, get into the problem, etc. But I always just want to be very clear on that. There's a reason why so many people yesterday were talking about their testimonies of the work that I do, because I know that if you take care of your community will take care of you. So just be aware of that, please. Okay. When I received vision letters in my product being delivered, and it came that Monday just the way I saw in my vision. Super, Mary. Super, super. But yes, and I just, so want to be transparent because I know. So, like, for example, you may see some other individuals, hello, Shaz. You may see some other individuals that are very, very business oriented, but their things are, again, mass produced, is community funded. I've never community funded anything. And when I do, and if I do, understand, because it is a definite need, and not just I want y'all to go ahead and pay for my success kind of deal, or trying to get it out there like that. Everything that I've done, I've always funded completely by myself, no assistance at all. So it is more difficult that way. Is not drop ship. We ship everything. So when you do community funding and you do all of those things, they ship out your things. The person still never does that. Again, these things are coming directly from my hands to you. So just be aware of that. Thank you so much, Shabby Rights. I greatly appreciate it. We do take pride in that. And the shipping guy, he is very meticulous when it comes to packaging things and making sure they show up correctly. And my thing is like, and I tell you, it's interesting. we comb through so many of these issues and these problems, and we still miss things. So now, although there has been some delay with some like the paperback books, so if you had a standard set which comes with a paperback book, you probably haven't gotten it, or you some of you have gotten them, but then there's a part of you that didn't because a certain amount of them actually, like I said, were messed up, and you would have wanted a refund if your product showed up messed up altogether. And so we just don't want that. Never want that. So so we really try to make sure that we do right and we do our best. And that's all you can do, everybody. Remember that if you're putting forth your best effort, your best energy, your best, you know, and it's not received, that's not on you. Okay. So where, if you don't mind, um, you're so welcome, Dragon's Game Corner. Thank you so very much, Sean. I greatly appreciate it. But like I said, that's why I do tell people my biggest. If you want to know my weakness of my life, it is, especially in this world, it is the fact that I grew up doing this as a service and not as a business. And so the business aspect of things, although I've been in business only work for myself since the age of 15, um, there, as you develop, as you grow, as you evolve, as you elevate, there will always be new challenges. Always new challenges. You can sow one seed of corn and get one stalk and find one worm. But if you create a crop, there's going to be multiple worms that you find, regardless of how much sun you give it, how much water you give it. And it happens that way. And you learn, you grow, and you develop. But the more you evolve, elevate, and grow, you're going to find that. Okay. And that's the same message. Like today, I went riding and I had to be put on a different horse. So I'm no longer on Montana, for you all that follow my equestrian journey. And it was, I literally had to bite my lips like this riding because I became so frustrated, and I had to take a moment and stop and understand that I'm on a more talented horse because I have grown in my journey. I am in a higher level, and I'm just having to learn this new horse and a new environment and all of these things, and just really respect the process of the change. I'm in the process of changing. But it's okay. I'm also going to keep riding Montana too and compete on both of them. Yes, please like the video. So, and I think it's important for me to share these kind of things because as much as you may think, oh, she's mystical, she's magical, she's queen, I also have to grow in life. There are things that I have to endure. There are challenges and resistance that life provides. And it's about how you respond to those things in order to really understand the beauty and the wealth and the value of your life. You know, um, so. Alrighty, my love bugs. Alrighty. Air signs, it is your season. Where are you? Oh, air signs. Where can you be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Air signs, we get the Lovers cards reverse. The Lovers card reverse. So this is telling us that there, and it's so funny because I was online last night with some air signs really going in about relationships and being in love and figuring out things. Y'all should have been there. You should have been there. We had a time. Um, so this card is telling us that there are things that are not in alignment. Things are not aligning on a non-romantic level, but in a in a non-romantic level, in a romantic level, there is no love here. So if you're dealing with somebody at this time, that romantic love, that compassion love may not actually be there for you. But this is definitely talking about things that are matching up with things that are developing. Things should be developing and aligning in the greatest of ways. And this is communicating that things are not in alignment. Okay. So what does that mean? People say, does that mean that I'm not on my path? That nope, 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 nope. This means you're on your path, but what you're doing is not aligning you to where you're supposed to be or where you're trying to go. Your actions do not equate, align, or conducive to where you're trying to go. Your actions, your words, your thoughts, okay? The people that may be around you, the environment may not be what you need to get that final result. We need the man queen. um, so yes, indeed. Maybe that's why I dreamt of red frog and then saw a frog on my porch. Wow. Wow. So yes, Impressive Magic said, give me the men's. All right. It was a good conversation last night, you guys. We're gonna do that more often, actually. It was quite a blast. Um, so this is all about alignment, either with your love or outside of love. Are your actions, are things happening aligning to where you're supposed to be? From air signs, we have water signs. Water signs, where are you? Water signs, you get the nine of spades. The nine of spades communicates about suffering. This talks about you are dealing with some difficulties. You're definitely are experiencing things that seem to be difficult, traumatic, hard, agonizing, stressful, and the list goes on and on and on. And the aspect of suffering is you just don't know why it's happening. And this is when like divination is important to see if it's spiritual, is it mundane, are you doing things? When I do this whole collective reading, it's going to say you are not doing things to assist you with where you want to go. So it's not that you are suffering by unknown causes, but you are suffering by your own hand. You are having difficulties by your own hands. You may not see it, you may not recognize it, you may not want to accept it, but you need to definitely assess what are you doing or not doing, the reason why you are having these particular issues or problems. Once you address those actions, and I'm gonna tell y'all, it's the triple A's. I always tell people this, and these, if people will go by this, your solutions, the things will be fine. First, acknowledgement. You need to acknowledge what you're not doing. I used to tell my students this, and I also tell my partner this. Okay. Even when you do something unintentionally, so say for example, you unintentionally hurt my feelings, you need to question if a child, and again with my students, I would be teaching gymnastics or cheerleading or dance. And I would say, oh my gosh, Jordan, your back handspring was beautiful. Lydia, yours was beautiful. Ruth Ann, yours was beautiful. And I could say, Claire, that was really good. Claire takes really good as ugly because I didn't say beautiful. So even when you do something unintentionally, you have to acknowledge what was done or said that made this person feel this way, or what was done or said that created this difficult confusion or conflict. Okay? Acknowledgement, acceptance. That's the second A. This is owning and respecting. This is what it is. So I've acknowledged it. I see it, because people say if you see it, then that's the word. All you gotta do is reflect. And you see it, then no. Most people see their issues, but most people don't want to reflect, don't want to accept their issues. So here we go. You see, okay, that communication is the issue. You need to accept that you are not listening or you're not delivering. So you got to accept that thing. And then the last A is the action. Now you must respond differently to what you have accepted in order to get the solution, in order to get the peace, the understanding, etc. D'accord? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Très bien. Très bien. Fire signs. Where are my fire signs? Fire signs, nous avons the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts communicates that we are going to be experiencing new things. There are new things coming. There are new things happening. There are new relationships forming. There's a lot of newness. Do not enter these new situations with preconceived notions and ideas that causes you to shut them down prior to allowing them to evolve and to mature. This communicates being emotionally mature. Embrace the newness. Oh my gosh, the new horse I was on today. Hello. Because at one time I was like, I told my instructor, I said, I don't know that I have the patience for this. I truly don't know if I have the patience for this. And so it is. Thank you, ancestors. Just slap me in my face. But this is saying, accept these new relationships, accept these new roads, accept these new situations, allow them to develop, give them time to grow. Fear, doubt, worry, anxiety in new spaces is normal, but why do you fear, doubt, and there's anxiety when you understand that everything your ancestors give you, position you, and guide you to will be for you and never against you? Okay? So we have to be emotionally mature as we enter these new spaces. And earth signs. Where are my earth signs? Earth signs, where are you? Earth signs, you get Rosemary. And Rosemary tells us that for you, there is in fact peace and understanding that will be covering your life. This talks about harmony. This talks about that space of conduciveness. So understand that for you, to be very honest, your next day or so, over the weekend, over the holiday, you should have a beautiful couple of days here. There is understanding here without a doubt. There is a knowing here without a doubt. And also this may tell you, well, no, Queen Ashley, things are a little bit chaotic. If they are chaotic, this card is saying, find understanding and you will find your peace. Et voilà. C'est très simple. C'est très simple. It's very simple. I'm making rosemary tea right now. Yes, indeed. So this is what this is communicating. Now, before we get the collective reading to everybody, I do want to remind you that the May Community Service is available now. There are limited products, number 2, and the end date to get this is on Sunday. The end date to get this is on Sunday. So if you do not get it by Sunday, baby, you won't have it. All right. Now, collectively, the spirits are communicating that the things that we are doing is causing the suffering that we are experiencing. We have to make sure that as we enter these new spaces that we do the necessary things to align us to a space of understanding, which is peace. Let me repeat that. Our actions or even inactions is the factor to what you are experiencing right now as your suffering. Do not respond too quickly to where you are in new spaces, new situations, new ideas, new circumstances. Walk on those roads with confidence, assist, get help, get support, whatever it is, be the support or assistance. That may be the case. Allow these new things to evolve and to develop into its maturity so that you may have understanding. And where there is understanding is where you will find your peace. Okay? I want to say thank you also very much for listening and watching this evening. Again, the community service will be held on Monday. The last day to purchase those elements or those products will be on Sunday or even the service at all. And there are limited spaces. Please do not miss this service. I don't want to hear, Queen, I shouldn't have, and I wanted to. Baby, do it. Get into it. All right. De rien, Isaac. Merci beaucoup. Et voilà, voilà. And de rien, Impressive Magic. Merci et bonne journée. I will see some of you in 55 minutes. I got to go have a quick dinner. I have some beef stew and cornbread waiting on me. And then I'll be back so we can get into some candle magic. Okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.